Would you look at that? Wide-eyed dreamer. Fellow Kiss fans, welcome to It's All For You Demons, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. My name is Rick. Welcome to the Wax Night Basement. Today, I recently thought of the piece of merch that I haven't thought about in decades. And thanks to, in my head, the panel has spoken. When completing my list for the Paul Stanley solo album, I came on Wouldn't You Like to Know Me? And memories of teenage years came flooding back to me. Back to when I was playing in a band and wanting to pursue music as a career choice, I guess. You know, as a dream, playing in a band, forming a rock band, forming an original band. My friend Danny, who introduced me to this band, him and myself wanted to form our own Kiss. We formed a band called Dreadful Etiquette, and we set out to conquer the world, rock and roll style, and played in a little practice room in my mom's basement, and one day learned Wouldn't You Like to Know Me? And it was a very monumental day. I tell you, when you're 19 years old and you learn a Paul Stanley song, actually learn a Kiss song and play it underneath party lights in a 1980s rec room, wood paneling and all, man, that feels good. That is the power of rock and roll. That is the beauty of rock and roll. That is the magic of Kiss, making you believe in yourself and believe you can accomplish anything. And around that same time, I used a piece of merchandise in our dream. And it's a piece of merchandise I haven't thought about in years, and it is the 1977 Japanese Music Life Kiss Encyclopedia. And one of the main reasons I have not thought about this piece of merch for years, it is on the back shelves at the back of the Wax Night Basement, way back here. Back with the magazines, whatnot. The Music Life Kiss Encyclopedia. And when these memories came running back to my mind, being 19, playing rock and roll, and especially around this time of year, it was always this time of weather. I distinctively remember like getting out of class or work, finding Danny, heading to the practice room, you know, turning on the party lights. And my basement back then was an 80s rec room, had no windows, kind of very Metallica, one-on-one studios. You couldn't tell what time of day it was. And it was so much fun to go down there, 1992, 1993, being 19 years old, and that wide-eyed optimism, that feeling that you could do absolutely anything and become anything. And I loved that feeling of hopefulness for the future and that feeling of rock and roll power. You know, Alive 3 was about to come out, Revenge had just come out, and it was such a good time to be a Kiss fan, such a cool time to have your own dreams. And like I said, learning Wouldn't You Like to Know Me felt really cool and felt like, man, we can do this, we can do anything. And I remember one of my first pieces of merchandise was this Music Life magazine, and it was funny when the memory came back of playing. I immediately remembered that magazine because I incorporated that magazine into our dreams of worldwide rock and roll domination. And it is this, the Music Life magazine. This whole magazine's in Japanese, so it's hard to read. But there's a section where they interview the band, and the band writes their answers in English. And we incorporated this into our plans for Dreadful Etiquette. We were going to do a bio kit, and I'll use Gene because I'm sure that's who we used. We were gonna do a bio kit, and Danny and myself were going to answer every single one of these questions. Maybe not like this one. We wouldn't answer how does it feel to be popular all over the world, because we weren't. Like, we would probably answer what are your favorite TV shows? What was the age of your first kiss? What kind of movies do you like? Do you like traveling? What sports do you like watching and playing? Probably done that. Have you got any pets? I'm sure I would have done that one. And we probably would have done like, what do your parents or brothers or sisters think of you? We were going to do this like Dreadful Etiquette bio kit, and we were going to type up all these questions and hand write our answers. Looking back, that is horribly stupid and goofy, especially for an unknown band. But I mean, we were dreaming big. This was 1993. This was totally the era of extreme close-up and, you know, be the band you want to see on stage. So we dreamt big, and we thought, man, let's, you know, we're an up-and-coming two-piece rock and roll band. We'll put together a bio kit, and we'll do it just like Kiss did, and we'll pretty goofy and pretty embarrassing if we still had the list. I'm sure we did this. I remember typing these out on my Macintosh Classic personal computer and like printing them out. So I'm sure we did it. I've lost all that stuff over the years, but would be fun, I guess, to go back and read the answers now. Embarrassing. I do have, and I've showed this in a previous video, Danny and I doing like an interview, like a rock and roll extreme close-up type interview. That's embarrassing to watch. That will never see the light of day. But fun for me to watch and fun to reflect on. I'm going to go through this entire magazine. I normally don't do that with merch, but I just wanted to document this magazine. This magazine was hugely important to me. One of my first pieces of merch ever, and hugely important in like my early days of dreaming. My early days of, you know, thinking big and passion and all that good stuff that goes into rock and roll dreams. This magazine is hugely important to that. So I do want to document this entire magazine just for nostalgia's sake. So I'm going to do that now, but it's fun to think about and brings up a great celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan question for you. What has Kiss inspired you to do? Anything. I don't care what it is. Paint a picture, write a poem, direct a movie, make a comic book, form a band, knit. I don't care what it is. What has Kiss inspired you to do? When I was 19, you know, Danny and I formed a rock band called Dreadful Etiquette. Got our friend David involved, and it was like our life for many, many years. I personally have not played in 2 years now. I remember the last year of me playing always just ended up feeling like sad, and when I finally made the decision to never play again, it felt good. I finally felt like, huh, kind of felt happy. And it's bizarre how life gives you passion and leads you in a different direction. Or when one door closes, another door opens. It's kind of true. It's kind of true. Because when, you know, you have passion for something and you follow it, it kind of fizzles out. It either grows or fizzles out and another passion is born. So my question for you today, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan, down in those comments, leave me a comment down below. What has Kiss inspired you to do? Now let's go through this Music Life magazine and see all the wonderful Japanese goodness that we cannot read. But we can sure look at the pictures, and the pictures are extremely cool. But first, our Bob Barker PSA. And that would be good to your animals. Spay, neuter, microchip. Yes. Good night. So as I say good night, we're gonna look through this magazine. Thank you for hanging with me. Take care, be safe. I will talk to you soon.